Again, thanks for joining today's Recruiterflow product updates webinar for Q1 2025. So there are some interesting features that we have released in this quarter. We'll be covering them one by one. We'll be showing you the value of those features, how you can achieve that on Recruiterflow, and then we'll move on to discuss what more we are building out here. So Q1 was really busy. So we have released 8 new features. Now we have released much more, but these are some of the 8 features that would probably have the most impact on a day-to-day workflow. And today we'll be going through them one by one. So we have released advanced report. We have released campaign email limit, where it can be much more advanced than it was earlier. We have released phone lookup. We have automated job status setting, release a whole new tab, which is rolling out to majority of users this week or next placements. We have just released job change alert agent, and then deeper integration with social media networks, and then ability for you to share a dashboard with your client to run your daily meetings. Now, I'll just go through the first feature, which is advanced report visualization. In the meantime, we have just released a poll. So which feature are you most excited about? Please vote so that it gives us an idea about what we should be building next. Now, last year, we released Recruiterflow Business Intelligence first suite, which was advanced reporting. You could slice and dice your data and view it in a tabular way. We got a lot of feedback that you wanted more ways to visualize this data. So that's why we have now added more visualizations on top of it. So you can not just see table, you can also see line graphs, create area graphs, visualize data in bar or pie. So that essentially gives you the ability to spot trends, compare various categories, and also see how volume shifts are affecting your data. Now you can not just create your dashboards for your own, but you can create these reports and also share it with your team as well as your clients using the latest feature that we released. You can, in one click, add them to your dashboard. And then we're coming up with a new feature where you can create your own matrices as well. So you can create a custom matrix where you can combine multiple matrices, create a ratio from it. You can also create sum, and you can do much more with custom matrix and visualize that data inside Recruiterflow dashboard itself. Let me quickly show you how this looks like. The first visualization that we released is the pie chart. Now, pie chart is typically useful when you want to see distribution of an attribute inside a database. For instance, in this case, I have created a pie chart wherein I want to see how suitable are different candidates in my database. So what I have done is I have created the last 1 year, all the candidates that I've added, their suitability factor, and then I can see the distribution out there. So I can see around 55% of them are good fit, around 10% are bad fit, and 35 are great fit. You can always click on any of these pie segments and see a breakdown so that you can see who has added them among these candidates. Or you can also see drill down data to see all the candidates who attribute to this particular pie. Apart from pie, we have also released a line chart where you can see trends in your team. For instance, in this particular graph, we have added different users and have added how many candidates they have added in this time period, along with how many of them moved to client interviews. So as you can see, while system admin, which is a default name for anyone added to Recruiterflow, has added the most candidate, but they had the worst ratio when it comes to sending candidates to interviews. Whereas Rohit did a fabulous job. 2 of the 2 candidates they have added, both of them went to the round interview. You can, apart from line, you can also create bar charts. So for instance, this bar chart shows me the revenue contribution of each user during a time period. I can clearly see Amog was probably the best recruiter in my team, and probably Manan needs to work harder here. Apart from vertical bar, we have also added, you can also add groups of bar charts so that you can compare trends across different matrices. In this one, we are comparing recruiting activity of how many candidates different recruiters added during a time frame, how many notes have they added, how many candidates were hired. So you can not only use bar to see one group, but you can also compare and see trends across multiple groups using bar. Apart from this, we have also added line chart. So to create a report, again, you just need to go to plus new advanced report, choose any visualization that you want to see, and add your matrices and add it to your dashboard. That's it. Now coming to the next bit. So as many of you would know, and before we in fact move on to this feature, there is an interesting question. So what do you think should be maximum emails per day that should be sent across campaigns? So to just tell you, Google and Microsoft essentially changed their algorithm last year, which essentially, if you send a lot more emails, the chances of you landing in spam are much higher. So you need to be more proactive here. And in fact, what I can see from this data, most of you are correct. So if I were in your position, I wouldn't send more than 100 emails per day from my primary email. But what I would do is I would create multiple aliases. So let's say if my name is Amritanshu, I would probably create an alias with one was on Recruiterflow. I would probably have second one on Recruiter-Flow, another one on recruiterflows.com. So, and I would use these to actually reach out to my candidates or clients, and which is what we can see from this data here as well. So around 55% of users know that it's not healthy to send more than 100 emails per day from your email inbox. So keep adding aliases, and that is what our next feature enables you to do. So using this, you can stay compliant and deliver better results. So you can set up advanced campaign email limits where you can not just set email limits for the account, but you can set up individual limits for each alias, as well as in one click, set email limit for an entire account. So if you run a big enough team where probably someone can change their limit and it might affect your domain reputation, you as an admin can set email limits for them. You can make sure like your primary domain has less limit, but your aliases can probably have a better limit. This will not only help you protect your domain reputation at scale, but will also help you manage emails in a better way. Now to do this, you simply need to go to settings and under profile section, and in the limit tab, click on manage. And out here, you can choose what is the maximum emails that should be sent per day. Apart from momentum, which is essentially how many emails you should be sending per day, the velocity is also very important. So how many emails do you want us to send per hour? And what should be the time duration or in seconds between two corresponding emails? So these are some of the limits that we suggest. And obviously, depending on the input, we also show you how the risk analysis looks like. So for instance, with 250, it becomes very high. If I do 500, then I wouldn't suggest doing that. And you can also click on learn more to see in detail what should be the ideal value for these email limits. In one click, you can apply it to all your aliases. You can obviously go back and change it for your aliases as well. And again, you can apply the same limit to all users in your account so that your domain reputation doesn't get hampered. It's always at par with what you want to achieve. Would love to get more feedback on what you would like to see here in the limit section. We want you to always uh, have the good sender reputation and your emails to be delivered and opened and get a very good response rate while using sequences. Now, the next feature that we recently released is Phone Lookup. So a lot of our users have been using email lookup for a long time. So we have expanded this feature and now Phone Lookup also joins in. What you can do is simply open a Chrome extension on any profile, click on Get Phone, and we fetch you their phone. Now we have partnered with not one but multiple data providers globally for an increased coverage and reliability. This will help you solve manual labor which is usually involved in going through multiple platforms and trying to get their phone number, you will be able to get them much more faster. And the pay as you go pricing, make sure that even if you're not using it, those credits remain there and you can use it whenever you want. So we released job statuses last year in Q4. Status is a way for you, for people who don't know using status, you can track your jobs real time. So where are your jobs? Are they on track? Do they need attention? Is any job high priority? You can track all of that using statuses. Earlier, you could set a job status manually, but now we have combined the power of segments and recipes where based on particular rule set, you can automatically assign a job a status. This will help you track your jobs more effectively. So for instance, let's say there were no client interviews in a job for 2 weeks. You can just mark the job status as needs attention. If you just opened the job and you want your team to actively source, you can automatically mark their status as actively sourcing. Again, you can create your own custom logic, you can create your own rule set, you can create your own statuses and manage your jobs in a better way. Now, to achieve this, you simply need to create a segment depending on the logic or the rule set that you want to create. To create a segment, you just need to go to advanced search and then out here choose jobs and then select any rule or logic that you want to choose. So for instance, for submission, I can just choose no candidate move to stage. For job open, I can just use the job open filter. And then in recipe trigger, I can use update field and update job status to whatever need or whatever playbook you want to follow. So for instance, let's say if there was in this job, there was no submission for 7 days, the and the job status is automatically marked as needs attention. And if you go to the jobs page, you can essentially see the same out here as well. So you can see software developer job needs attention, AE needs attention. So you'll be able to track all of this as well and automatically assign statuses. This makes sure that no job slips through while you're working on multiple jobs and you're able to give attention where attention should be given. Now, the next feature that we launched is a brand new tab to essentially manage and view all your placements. Now, using this tab, you can track all of the engagements type that you work on, be it exec search, be it retained, RPO, contract, all of that is visible here. You can see which candidates are starting soon. If you do contract, you can also see which contracts are ending soon. You can extend those contracts. You can convert them to perm. You can not just do that, but you can also create your own segments and apply filters on these placements to manage them in a better way. This feature we have currently rolled out to around 50 to 55% of our users. By this week or next, we will be releasing out to our entire user base. Now, let me just quickly show you how this tab looks like. So this is how this tab will typically look like. On the left-hand side, you will have all the placements out there. So in this case, Dwight Schrute was placed in account executive job. So this is one unique placement that you see. If Dwight Schrute was placed in 2 jobs, you'll probably have 2 rows for Dwight Schrute. You can, again, like all other Recruiterflow views, you can choose the columns that you want to see. You can apply filters on placements itself. So we have all the filters that are there for placements. You have custom fields for placements as well. You can apply those filters. And then you can customize your placement view. And you can also save segments and quickly view them while you are on the placements tab. So for instance, out here, let's say if I want to see all the candidates who are starting soon, now this is a default segment. You just need to click on starting soon. It will show you all the candidates who are about to start. So for instance, I can see here, Darth Vader starts on 5th May. I wouldn't probably want that. But Phyllis starts on 11th May, Dawn starts on 13th, Dwight starts on 14th, and I can keep them engaged using recipe so that I have better candidate as well as client engagement as well. Moving to the next bit, And in fact, before we go, there is a small poll about the next feature that we are about to talk about, which is job change alert. So job change alert is essentially a new feature wherein whenever a candidate or a contact changes job in your database, we automatically tell you about the change. Earlier, we had this add-on feature or a custom on-demand solution wherein you could refresh your data, but now we have made it more dynamic, wherein you not only refresh your data, but you see change within 60 to 90 days of which they happen. Let me just quickly go to the next bit about job change alert. So coming to the job change alert section, you can have real-time visibility into who's moving into different hiring roles. Now, this tool comes in really handy when you are doing business development, because the moment your hiring manager changes a job, you can be the first one to reach out to them about an opportunity. This gives you that first mover advantage and might open some new doors for you, which otherwise you might not have think would have been possible. You can not only reach out to your contacts, but you can also reach out to your candidates as well with whom you were in touch. You can reach out to them for if they have any hiring opportunity or for a new job, or if they have or just to say hi. Now, this feature here, you can choose to auto update all the job titles, or you can choose to accept changes as they happen. This helps you identify new video opportunities, and with time, we'll also be working on creating insights on the basis of these job changes. Now, let me quickly show you how the job change page looks like. So this is how a typical job, whenever a job change happens, it would look like. So it would show you their past company, their past job title, and their current company and their current job title. If you want, you can accept these changes. But let's say if you don't want to accept these changes, you can also dismiss them. Because in some cases, it might have something like this, that a contact is already working in a company, but let's say if they have just put a position like an advisor or an investor, you don't want their title to change. So in cases like those, you can dismiss those changes. You can see these alerts for candidates. You can also see these alerts for contacts as well out here. And once you accept, their profile gets updated and they are removed from your alert as well. Would love to know what insights would you like to get from these alerts. So there are some insights on which we are working, like which industries are hiring more, which industries are seeing more layoff, which companies you should target where more people are joining. But yeah, would love to hear more from you about what insights would you love to see from job change alert agent. Now, as I mentioned earlier, this was a ad hoc service that we used to provide, but now this is part of a custom plan, as this requires a lot of infra costs at our end. But feel free to reach out to the customer success team. They would be more than happy to help you with the job change alert agent as well. The next and the last feature that was a major feature that we released this quarter is being able to share a dashboard with your client or contacts. A lot of our users have been using client portal to improve transparency, to bring more collaboration with their clients. One of the suggestions that we always got that, hey, why can't we share reports which we run with them on a weekly basis on their client portal? So that is not now possible. What you can do is that you can create all those reports using advanced reporting or through report section. You can simply add those reports on a dashboard, and you can share that dashboard directly with your client itself. So whenever the client logs in and goes to the client portal, they can see this dashboard. All these matrices are live, so any change that you do is reflected there. There is no lag. You can increase transparency, you can reduce reporting effort out here, which in turn will help you drive stronger relationship and at the same time client satisfaction as well. Now let me just show you how this can be done. So let's say if I go to the dashboard section, I have already created a dashboard out here, which I need to share with my client. So I've created a report where I have given breakdown of candidates who were hired by source. I have created candidates who have been hired. I've also created the stage movement drop here. So how many people I have submitted, how many of them were interviewed, how many of them have been hired, and then the role suitability breakdown that I showed earlier. Now, let's say if I want to share it with my client, it's as simple as clicking on share. It's already shared with one client, Ryan. But let's say if I want to share it with another client, David, I can just click here and click on share. This dashboard will now be visible to David or and as well as Ryan. And whenever they come here, they can go and see all the data from this dashboard. If you want to remove access, just click on remove, and this dashboard would be removed from their access. Using this, you can run your weekly meetings with your client directly from Recruiterflow without actually downloading and doing all the slice and dice of data on Excel. So these were some of the features that we have released in Q1. In Q2, we plan to release much more. So these are some of the major features that we'll be releasing, but we are working on close to 12 to 15 more big features that would impact your day-to-day workflow, as well as will help you become more efficient and productive. So one is goal tracking. So you'll be able to create and set goals for your team, for your users, and you can see where different team or different or your users lie in that achieving that goal. You'll be able to set up monthly goals, weekly goals, quarterly goals, or an annual goal and see your progress. We're also launching our own note taker, most probably in this quarter. So this will be a Zoom bot that will join meetings, that will create notes, it will create summary, and it will also give you insights on top of those calls, which you can help to make your team better and which can help you uncover insights with all the conversations that you're having with your candidates as well as clients. In the jobs page, we are adding a new UI enhancement where you will be able to customize the job Kanban card that you see. So you will be able to customize all the information that you see on the job Kanban. You can choose different candidate system or custom fields. You can select them. You can view them on the Kanban card itself. You'll be able to adjust the width of the card so that you don't need to open a profile on the Kanban job Kanban view. You can just view all the information there itself and take actions. And then the Recruiterflow Business Intelligence suite will have a lot more enhancements. And we'll also be enhancing the UI for the contacts page, company page, and some other pages as well in this quarter. Now, one of the interesting things that we will be releasing in this quarter would be, and which I'm pretty excited about, is Recruiterflow AI agents. So these agents are going to be your digital workforce that will be working 24x7 to do tasks that you were earlier doing manually. This will help you not just save time, but with the same team, get more revenue, which will help you increase your average revenue per recruiter. Just imagine a team member of yours working 24x7 to make sure other team members don't need to do admin tasks, don't need to go on reports, or probably just work on building relationships, closing deals, closing roles, and then increasing revenue. Some of the AI agents on which we are currently working is Profile Update Agent. We believe that this agent is going to save close to 50 to 30% of the time that you would be typically be currently wasting on entering data on any CRM. So let's say a call is logged, the profile will be updated automatically. All the fields will be updated automatically. A new email is received from the candidate. You can just tell the agent to update all the profile fields. A new file is uploaded. You can ask the agent to update all the profile fields. In terms of summarization, so you can choose what kind of input you would like to summarize. You can choose your own input and you can summarize any information that you want. What we have seen from our internal testing, this helps you cut down the writing time by more than 30%. And this will help you have more time for building relationship which will in turn result in increasing more revenue. Now, usually whenever someone submits a scorecard, they have a call with the candidate. With the card agent, we'll be using the notes of that call or the summary of that call to fill the scorecard automatically. And finally, the research agent, which we'll probably be launching in late Q3 or early Q4. So let's say you are working on a business development deal. What you can simply do is just feed our agent the website and some details about the company. The agent will go out, scrape the web, collect all the information that you should need to pitch uh, your services to that particular company. And you can obviously customize how these agents function, what inputs they should take, and how the output should look like. So these are some of the things that we'll be releasing in the upcoming quarter. Obviously, we'll be releasing much more, but this is the umbrella under which we'll probably be releasing some major features.